Okay, Derek, let us know who our next contestant is. Trey Hendrickson, come on down. You're the next contestant on. You just asked for a trade, and the Detroit Lions desperately need a pass rush. Will the Detroit Lions take the bait? We shall soon find out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and you see it. We've got some breaking news, man, coming out of the city of Cincinnati, but it could involve the Detroit Lions if Brad Holmes takes his face out of the mud, man. Coming from Adam Schefter just a few moments ago. Shout out to everybody blowing up the DMs, man, because my phone is on Do Not Disturb. Says the Bengals have taken a rare step of granting all-pro defensive end Trey Hendrickson permission to seek a trade. It's been an honor and a privilege to represent Cincinnati over the last 4 years, said Hendrickson, the NFL's sack leader in 2024. I love this city and organization. I appreciate the privilege of now being allowed to explore my options. And this, ladies and gentlemen, to be very clear, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, then Trey Hendrickson, and then that other guy who decided to take money over winning. Trey Hendrickson could be the next Detroit Lion. So Myles Garrett, he would be first, but he's a unicorn. Cleveland right now does not want to trade him. Cincinnati, however, has now granted the player permission to seek a trade. That's a big deal. That's way different from what's going on with Myles Garrett. Now, let's take a look at the history of this. Heading into literally this time last year, okay, we were talking about the same exact thing. The Cincinnati Bengals are a problem. They have a problem, and I do not want my organization to be anything like them. They paid Joe Burrow. They didn't have any problem paying him. They did not want to pay T. Higgins, so they decided to franchise tag him for the second year in a row. Jamar Chase, the Triple Crown leader or winner for 2024, they decided that heading into that season, they weren't going to pay him. So he took out a $50 million insurance policy on himself. And last offseason, Trey Hendrickson asked for a trade, did not get the contract that he wanted, and now the Cincinnati Bengals are going to let him request or seek a trade. We was talking about this guy at the trade deadline as well, and this is the second name that's come up that was a big name at the trade deadline. Let's take a look at Trey's stats yet again. This is a move that Bradley Mathias, Jerome, Cornelius Holmes could make. Wouldn't necessarily sell the farm, wouldn't necessarily mortgage the future. Trey is the oldest of the bunch of pass rushers outside of Khalil Mack. Now, keep in mind, he's already 30, so he's older than Myles Garrett. He's older than the guy that I won't mention anymore because he's not available. All right, third-round pick. Oh, by the way, I have to take this little shot. You see this right here? And I don't want to hear it about being a different draft. That's crazy. Broderick Martin was taken before Trey Hendrickson. Bro, Brad Holmes got to stop. Make it right, Brad. Make it right. The sack leader in 2024 had 33 solo tackles. Half of them were sacks, 17 and a half, 2 forced fumbles. But here is the key that really could make this happen. Let's look at his career. New Orleans Saints. Well, the connection between our head coach, our former defensive coordinator, and Trey is that Dan was there when he was drafted. Connection. Signed a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals and now wants out. What does he do this season? He will earn a base salary of $15.8 million and a cap hit of 18.6, a dead cap value of 2.6. Heading into his last year, that's what we're dealing with right there. This is a situation where you can get the best of both worlds. I almost sang the song, but, you know, I don't want to go there. This is a situation you could get the best of both worlds. What do I mean? You get a pass rusher that is good at what he does, but he's not going to break the bank, and he's not going to have you sell the farm. Trey Hendrickson could probably go for 1 first. That's what I think the Bengals would do. Or it might be a second and something. It could be a first. We get a first. We get Trey and a pick. They get a first and a pick. I think they can get a first for Trey. That's what I think, if they play their cards right. What will Brad do? And Trey, but here's the key. All right. So Brad Holmes has a criteria, mostly, unless he's desperate. And we'll see what Brad Holmes we're dealing with this year. Here's what I want to ask you. Would you give up the 2025 first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson? Now, he's going to require an extension, period. 1 year, we did that with Carlton Davis. I couldn't imagine us doing it again. Now, if you said, okay, don't forget, Trey Hendrickson does not have a no-trade clause. So he can't say where he wants to go. I know he wants to get paid, but that don't mean he will. So will he come to the Detroit Lions for a loaner on a loaner season like Carlton Davis? Don't say Brad won't do it because he did it with Carlton Davis. Brad Holmes' criteria. Say it with me. And let me know if I'm lying. Over 30. Often injured. Cheap and no commitment. Right now, at Trey's current salary, okay, he is going to be a steal for a pass rusher. But would you trade the 28th overall pick for Trey Hendrickson? That's a good one, man. Right now, with this current contract, without an extension, no. With an extension, it depends on who's available. It really does. If I'm Brad, I would try to see if I can stay in the first round this year. I would try to not give him a first round pick, but I would try to, if I would give him 1 first round pick. All right. And it would have to be for next year. But let's look at Trey's. Is he healthy? Yeah, pretty much. Played all 17 games in 2024, all 17 games in 2023. Only missed 3 games in the last 4 seasons. And those 4 seasons were 17-game seasons. Brad Holmes, what you going to do? But last year, you dropped the ball. You drop the ball on getting an edge rusher. Instead, you took Broderick Martin the year before. You signed Marcus Davenport. You dropped the ball. Now it's time for you to pick it up and do it right. This is a deal that would be beneficial for both sides. Trey can come to a winner. He can get a deal. The cap space is going up. Trey's not going to break the bank. I don't think he is. Max raised the bar. Trey has to understand that he's 30 years old. He's 30 years old. 6'4", 220. Got that connection with Dan, the man, Campbell. Trey Hendrickson has always been a realistic option for the Lions. I think the issue was the Cincinnati Bengals did not want to budge. Now they are giving, the Cincinnati Bengals are idiots. They are dumb, bro. I see why they're called the Bungles, because they keep fumbling the bag. Bet one of the best receivers in the game, if not number 1, and you don't want to pay the dude. Your quarterback had to speak up for you to pay these people. And I wonder how Joey Shiesty feeling right now. Let me know. Let me know, man. Breaking news. Anytime anybody can come help our team that their particular set of skills is getting to the quarterback, it's going to be breaking news. So let me know your thoughts. Miles, I mean, he's going to always be number 1 until he ain't. But if Cleveland wants to play games, then fine. We'll pivot. Because right now, they don't even want to trade the dude. I called him, but if I say, listen, if I'm Brad Holmes, I'm saying this. Because Trey's going to want to get paid. He's going to want to get something. So what I would do is I would say, okay, he's making, what is he making? $16 million this year. Say, okay, Trey, we'll give you a 2-year extension. We got to sign Hutch. He going to make about 35. Give you a 2-year extension. Maybe I give him 20 million. Daniil Hunter made 20 million his last year. 20 plus maybe. 3 years. The deal will rework 2025. We'll sign you for 2 more. You'll be 33 by the time it's over. If the Lions were able to pull off any combination of edge rushers, but if they were to pull off Trey Hendrickson, you keep the 28th pick, you got Zadarius Smith, and you sign a cleanup guy in free agency, I would be happy. When I say cleanup guy, I'm talking about, I don't know, I'm not a Davenport, like a I don't know, if you get Hendrickson, you don't need a Bosa, you don't need a Mack, you don't go get those guys. You need them, but you don't go get them. So a cleanup dude, man, somebody underneath the radar, somebody we know we can get to the quarterback, maybe average 5-6 sacks, maybe do that. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But out of everybody we mentioned, TJ Watt is not on the table. That's just my guy. And Trey Hendrickson is a true defensive end. He's not a linebacker like Watt. He is a true defensive end. So if I'm Brad Holmes, I give Cleveland one more call and I say, listen, what are we doing? Since the Lions were the most aggressive suitor for Myles Garrett, I say, what are we doing here? Because we're running out of time. Now, of course, the Cleveland Browns are in control because they're going to be like, okay, Detroit, if you don't want him, we'll move on. We got 29 other teams or 30 other teams that we can get whatever we want from them. So I say, okay, here's your deadline. And I'm on the phone at the same time with the Cincinnati Bengals. And if they want to play games, give me Trey all day. Trey all day. As a matter of fact, put hashtag Trey all day in the comment section. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Listen, Ridge Wallet is back in stock. They got a massive sale going on. You can get the key, the wallet, this beautiful boy here. And I know we feeling some type of way with the Lions and how they doing. You can get this beautiful wallet here. You can also get the key chain, the little key holder as well. For it's the price off is ridiculous. You can get both of them. I want to say it said, did it say 100 or something? It's in the products. You will see it. It's way discounted, man. So far, I'm going on month 5 with the Ridge, man. And I honestly must say, I could not imagine going back to a regular wallet. Let me know what you think in the comments below and treat yourself, man. Get yourself a Ridge wallet. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Oh, by the way, since nobody watched the video, I might be a season ticket holder in 8 days. We'll find out.